Your Excellency, President of the Republic of Turkey, Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, Minister of Trade of the Republic of Turkey, Mr. Omar Bolat, Honorable Ministers from South Africa and Turkey, Deputy Ministers from the Republic of South Africa and the Republic of Turkey, Commissioner of Economic Development, Trade, Tourism, Industry, and Minerals of the African Union, Her Excellency Francisca Tayop Belobe, co-chairs and chairpersons of the South Africa-Turkey Business Council, distinguished members of the business fraternity, ambassadors, consular generals, and all members of the diplomatic corps. Esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the South African delegation, Mrs. Mashatile and I want to start by thanking the President of the Republic of Turkey, His Excellency Mr. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, for organizing TABEF. Furthermore, I would like to extend gratitude to the Vice President of Turkey, His Excellency Mr. Kaveh Yilmaz, for extending an invitation to me and to the Cabinet Ministers and Deputy Ministers of the Republic of South Africa to come for the Binational Commission. Above all, thank you for the warm hospitality. It is a profound honor for me to address this distinguished gathering at one of the leading institutions of our country. Please allow me, Program Director, to take this opportunity to convey warm greetings from our President Cyril Ramaphosa and the people of South Africa to the entire people of the Republic of Turkey. We gather here today in a very historic moment, one marked by disruption, but also immense opportunity. South Africa has had an honor of assuming the G20 presidency since the 1st of December 2024, becoming the first African country to do so. This moment is not only historic, but also a moment of profound responsibility to reshape global governance, to lead with the voice of the Global South, and to advance a development agenda that is just, inclusive, and sustainable. South Africa's presidency is building on the successes of the past three presidencies led by the Global South: Indonesia in 2022, India in 2023, and Brazil in 2024. And we see this as an opportunity for South Africa to champion the aspirations of the emerging economies. South Africa's presidency is also the last in the first full cycle of G20 presidencies before the presidency reverts to the United States of America in 2026. South Africa's G20 presidency is being held under the theme Solidarity, Equality, and Sustainability, a theme that seeks to harness global will and capabilities to confront the enormous challenges the world is facing. Through solidarity, we seek to achieve a future that is people-centered, development-oriented, and inclusive. In an interconnected world, the challenges faced by one nation affects all nations. Mr. President, South Africa appreciates having partners such as the Republic of Turkey, whose stance on multilateral issues is largely aligned with the ideals of the developing world and the betterment of all peoples. We equally appreciate that Turkey has shown its support for South Africa's G20 presidency since its assumption on the 1st of December last year. This comes as no surprise to us because we believe Turkey understands the significance of South Africa's G20 presidency. The G20, which represent approximately 85% of the world's GDP, more than 75% of world trade, and around 2/3 of the world population, make it a significant, influential bloc. Ladies and gentlemen, the African Union's inclusion in the G20 is an opportunity to amplify Africa's voice in global economic governance, while ensuring that development priorities of the African continent and the global South find expression firmly and permanently onto the agenda of the G20. The African Union's 6 priorities for its participation in the G20 all find expression in South Africa's theme. We should build upon this and strengthen our cooperation in science, technology, research, and innovation. The future lies in knowledge economies, and universities such as yours here, Mr. President, are leading in that regard. South Africa's G20 presidency champions cooperation, collaboration, and partnership between individual groups, peoples, and nations. Under the principles of Ubuntu, we are reminded of the interconnectedness of humanity. It is these principles of Ubuntu that underpin South Africa's leadership and its vision for the G20 presidency. Ladies and gentlemen, under the G20 presidency theme, South Africa is advancing the following 4 overall priorities. Firstly, we will take action to strengthen disaster resilience and response. Secondly, we will take action to ensure debt sustainability for low-income countries. Thirdly, we will work to mobilize finance for a just energy transition. Fourthly, we will seek to harness critical minerals for inclusive growth and sustainable development. This will include championing an inclusive G20 framework on green industrialization and investment to ensure progress towards a grand bargain to promote value addition to critical minerals, particularly close to the source of extraction. It will also include taking forward the outcomes of the 2024 report of the UN Secretary General's panel on critical energy transition minerals. Ladies and gentlemen, the African continent has 30% of the world mineral reserves, including platinum, gold, diamonds, and coal. 90% of the world chromium and platinum, and the largest reserve of cobalt, diamonds, platinum, and uranium in the world. The global contestation for critical minerals is fueling geopolitical rivalry. Critical minerals are at the center of Africa's industrialization. The global energy transition, technology innovation, and an inclusive economic growth. Priority areas include increasing investments in exploration, enhancing beneficiation at source, and integrating artisan and artisanal mining to mainstream economies. As I conclude, Mr. President, South Africa will also host a G20 social summit before the Leaders Summit next month in November. And we'll do so by expanding outreach to communities beyond the 13 official G20 engagement groups. In navigating the unfolding tumultuous geopolitical environment, it is instructive that the G20 under our presidency support the restoration of global stability and common. By so doing, we'll be staying true to our commitment of leaving no one behind. We are looking forward to hosting you, Your Excellency, President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, in November in our country. We are also looking forward to coming back to attend TABEF in 2027. With those few words, I'd like to thank you very much.
Güney Afrika Cumhuriyeti Cumhurbaşkanı Yardımcısı Sayın Paulus Mashatile konuşmalarından dolayı teşekkür ediyoruz. Değerli konuklar, Türkiye-Afrika İş ve Ekonomi Forumumuzu katılımlarıyla onurlandıran Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'ın hitaplarını yapmak üzere kürsüyü teşriflerini arz ederim. Buyurun Sayın Cumhurbaşkanım.